This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Let's also talk about, since we're cutting costs, how we're reinvesting some of that newfound wealth. Meltzer would write, the WWF Blimp costs $250,000. They're going to send the Blimp to different cities ahead of time where they run live events. What the fuck is this?
Oh my God, that was cheap. With the amount of publicity that we got from that Blimp and being able to travel all over and get on major networks and be sitting up there next to Fuji or Goodyear Blimps at major events, we had a lot of exposure with the Blimp. And that was something that you know, a lot of it you could never pay for. A lot of that exposure you could never get by just going out and buying it.
Did y'all buy that Blimp from Lou Pearlman?
Who's Lou Pearlman?
You know, the guy who did NSYNC and all those other boy bands. Before that, he made his money selling Blimps to people like Jordache and I don't know, a bunch of others, McDonald's.
I don't know. Just rented it. We rented it. We rented the Blimp for the promotion. It was the brainchild of a gentleman named Bob Collins. And again, it got so much publicity, and the exposure was worth well over the $250,000.
So you think it was a success?
I do.
Wow. Do you think it would work now?
If there were enough live sporting events going on all over the country, yes.
Talk to me about Sid. Meltzer would write, expect Sid to be phased down from the top and Mabel to be given his shot at the top heel spot. Is Sid just becoming less and less reliable? Does it feel like he's not gaining the traction we wanted? Why is Sid coming down and Mabel going up?
Cycle of the business sometimes. And we had heard rumblings that WCW had something big planned with Mabel as the third man.
Oh, Jesus.
And we wanted to get ahead of that.
Let's talk about something that really jumped off the page of my research.
Well, I read it in the Wrestling Observer. It's got to be right?
The WWF is starting its own newsletter by put together by Vince Russo, who did a terrible newsletter of his own 3 years back, which lasted all of a few issues. Actually, WWF could put out a very profitable newsletter if they did it correctly, but the ability to give up the BS is virtually impossible within the industry, and that's their biggest handicap. What do you remember about Vince Russo potentially running a WWF newsletter?
Oh God, we talked about through different times, different machinations of all the newsletters out there. And well, shit, why don't we print our own gossip and our own news? This is just another one of those times, but I think, having Vic Venom be your dirt guy just doesn't do wonders to the credibility of something. Not that having the name of Dave Meltzer lends any credibility to anything either. Actually, Vic Venom probably would have been more credible than Dave Meltzer, but yeah, just one of those discussions of what ifs.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.